Here's my explanation for angels. So, I had a weird experience where I was frozen and there was an ER visit involved and all that, and it didn't look good for me. And I just saw a glowing ball talk to me or put messages in my head, and then it made this clipboard person, this woman, appear that talked to God and then sent me back together. They sent me back together or whatever. So that's not the point of this. The point of this is I've heard people refer to angels as people, their dead relatives, but in the Bible it is a multiple eyed being that is visible to all. Sometimes it's a spiritual being that comes down and they say, do not be afraid. But a lot of the biblical text, it always refers to the angel or beings usually as a wheel within wheels with eyes within eyes, or eyes of multiple eyes and thousands of eyes with wheels within wheels. What doesn't make much sense. But this is the thing, it doesn't have to. If God is some energetic being that creates all matter and somehow has created multiple matter created universes in a multiverse that loops around in a circle or something that I can't comprehend, then he's gonna make angels, whatever the hell needs to be an angel at that time. If I mean, Indians have spirit animals. Maybe that is their angel. Maybe their God, our God, my God, the Judaism God. Maybe that God can appear to us and talk to us in different ways. Maybe he can drive us in different ways. And maybe there is some other lesser God called the devil or evil out there. And maybe there are evil people who do evil deeds, and maybe these demons or this devil does feed off of it and try to get you to do more of these deeds. And maybe if you give your life to God like me, you can see these little miracles or this little jackpot luck lottery that God puts in front of you. It's like a karma lottery. And if you start giving yourself to God, you really can see that that these things happen. You pray and they happen. You can't control human choices, though. We all get the choice. That's one thing we were gifted by God. We all have a choice to do good or bad. We were Even the Mormons believe that. Even the Mormons with their crazy, or I shouldn't say crazy, but their little bit far-fetched beliefs. They even believe we get a choice, that it's somewhere in space, Jesus and his brother, who was the devil, came down to earth and gave us a choice from good or bad. That's what the Mormon cartoon, at least, and a couple people describing the Mormon belief to me have said. That the devil and Jesus were brothers and they came down to earth from space to give us a choice between good and evil. And there's this third person who they made an almighty God, and we all can become gods, the Mormons believe. It's a little bit too much for me to comprehend. I've compared a lot of religions, and they're all a very good way to reach God. Now, me, I like Christianity and Christianity, and I'm a Roman Catholic, but um, it is all very good. I mean, as long as you get that relationship and you're really going to do good and you're not feeding into that evil or greed or, I mean, these things that perpetuate harm to others, like lying or deceiving or manipulating or greed or overeating or hurting others or too much pride or like, I mean, any of these things. There's so many. I've fed into them myself. The key with me